Hello friends and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. Oliver is already coming to say hello. Let's try that again. Hello friends, if you do not know me, my name is Abby. Welcome. You guys, I'm so excited, but I'm also very nervous to be on a new outlet, on a new social media platform. YouTube is something I've never really indulged in before, so I'm very excited to learn something new and to bring what I have. The reason though that I'm jumping into my nerves and bringing out this channel is because I was that person looking for this exact video 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, and I couldn't find it. Because what I want to talk about can be very taboo to talk about. A lot of couples or just women in general suffer with what I'm going through and they feel like they can't talk about. It's always been a hush-hush conversation, and I really want to bring light to talking about these kind of things. So we are going to be talking about pregnancy loss, and if that is not something you can handle, this is your time now to click off of this video. So my husband and I have been trying for 2 or 3 months to conceive. Very short amount of time. There are couples that try for years and years and years and don't have any luck. And we're very fortunate to fall pregnant after our second round of 𝚂𝙾. On October 12th, it was a Monday, I took my pregnancy test like I do every single morning. If you're trying to conceive, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You pee on a stick, you go about your life, you come back and check it. It's exactly what I did. I peed on my stick. About 10 minutes later, I came back to check it and it was positive. And I did not believe it at all. So I dipped like 5 or 6 more sticks, not even exaggerating. It was such a hard secret to keep. I was so excited to tell Matt because this is something that we had wanted. We just honestly didn't expect it to happen so quickly. It happened a lot quicker than we thought it was going to. And I was super excited, so I called up my best friend and she was in the Dells, and I'm like screaming over the phone because every time this girl goes on a trip, like she called me to tell me she was pregnant once, and so I was returning it, and it was just like super excited. Like I was like, I can't believe like you're not in town like 20 seconds away from me, and now I have to call you over the phone and tell you I'm pregnant. But anyways, I died keeping that secret that day, and I waited till Matt got home from work, and he conveniently had gotten a package in the mail that day, and I opened it up and put this cute little note in it and a pregnancy stick, and we were just like over the moon about it. And from that moment forward, like I just felt like I had become a mom. Like that is what we had wanted. Actually had blood work that day to confirm my pregnancy. So when I had my blood test, it confirmed that I was 4 weeks and 5 days, 4 weeks and 5 days, or 4 weeks and 6 days, somewhere right around there, and thought all was good. And then the very next day, Tuesday, October 13th, I started spotting, and I was just a couple days late on my period, so I really didn't think anything of it, but I did give my doctor's office a call and just questioned if this was normal, what I was going through, and they said absolutely, but we'd like to run some more blood work just to make sure that your HCG levels are going up as they should. So of course I did. I went in on Monday to have my pregnancy confirmed. I went on that Wednesday to have my pregnancy confirmed, and that my levels were doing what they were supposed to be doing. So come to find out too, through my blood work test that I was doing, I am Rh negative. And basically, from my understanding, is I don't have this, or I have a tracker, I don't have a tracker in my blood that like fights off foreign stuff in the body. I do have it, and like my body was trying to fight the baby off pretty much because it was trying to take Matt's blood type. I don't know, it's super confusing. Anyways, that was like one of the main reasons that I thought I was bleeding. So I had to go in and get a RhoGAM shot to put this like tracker in my blood to tell me to stop like fighting off the baby. I don't know. That literally is just like doctor language to me. So we thought that by doing that shot that maybe would help subside the bleeding, but I think just like in my mind, my body needed to like run one more period through, because I was kind of at that spot when I found out that like I was 2 days late, but still like my cycle was kind of weird. Like I could have gotten a period, I could not have gotten one. So in my mind, I chalked it up to just my body having to run another period through my system. Had blood work that Friday. It was just like the whole first week of finding out I was pregnant was just blood work, I swear. But my numbers were going up as they should, doubling every 48 hours, but I was still bleeding. But like I said, I didn't really think anything of it. I just thought maybe my body had to like run its period one more time or something. No big deal. About a week later, the bleeding kind of stopped, which did seem long to me for a period. Normally, I only bleed for about 4 or 5 days, so it was a couple days extra, but still wasn't really too concerning. Bringing us into the next week, I had no bleeding whatsoever. Monday through Friday, everything was good and jolly, and then that Saturday evening, I started bleeding again. And I was like, okay, I'm still trying not to panic, but I am a little nervous because I feel like I just shouldn't be bleeding. Like I feel like something's wrong, and I just kind of was feeling off. So it was over the weekend. I wasn't in pain or anything. It was nothing that I felt I needed to go to the emergency room for. So on Monday, I gave my doctor's office a call and just said, hey, I am like bleeding again. Nothing terrible. I'm not in pain, but it is kind of concerning me and I'm kind of stressed out about it. What can we do? Can I run another blood test to see if my numbers are doing what they're supposed to, kind of thing? And they said, absolutely. So I went in on Monday, October 25th, and I had another blood test done. And when I got those results that afternoon, my HCG levels had gone up, but they were extremely low and they weren't at all expecting it to be that low. They thought they'd be much higher by then, and they weren't. So Wednesday, the 27th, they wanted me to come in and do blood work again, and I did, and I had a doctor's appointment scheduled for the afternoon. And I just knew in my gut that like something wasn't right. I didn't feel pregnant anymore, and it was extremely scary to me. So Wednesday, I went in for blood work, and I went to my doctor's appointment like I should. They weren't gonna call me over the phone and give me the results, and my doctor walked in, and I just knew. And he said, your levels have dropped, and that typically means you're going to miscarry. I hadn't miscarried yet, but I was planning to. And it was obviously very emotional, and it was very difficult to deal with, and it wasn't the news that I wanted, but in my like gut, I kind of already knew already. I wasn't feeling pregnant. Like all of my symptoms had kind of dropped off at this point. And so we went through those steps, and we decided that the best route was to schedule a D&C and just to have the pregnancy completely removed because at this point I was just over the bleeding. So he sent me to ultrasound just to make sure, just to double check that the pregnancy was growing in my uterus, to make sure that he didn't go in to do a D&C and it wasn't where it was supposed to be. And we got done with a normal ultrasound and an internal ultrasound, and they sat us back down in a room, and then like I just knew again that something was even more off. And he comes back in, and I was just so like flustered at this point. I was like, is it even in the right spot? And he said, no. He said, it is growing in your tube and it's an ectopic pregnancy. So like, not only was it bad, it was worst case scenario. And I was just like mad at this point because I'm like, are you kidding me? So lo and behold, couldn't do the D&C because if he went in to do a D&C, the pregnancy was not where it was supposed to be. So I ended up getting an injection of methotrexate to kind of terminate the pregnancy, I guess, to get it out of my tube. I don't know exactly really how all of that works, but so that is where we are sitting. It has been an emotional, hellish 2 weeks trying to figure out, first of all, what was going on with my body, finding out I'm pregnant, and then not even 2 weeks later, losing the pregnancy. So when all of this took place and I had like the methotrexate shot, I was exactly 7 weeks pregnant that day. Actually, I don't know if, I guess you could consider it still pregnant, but I was 7 weeks that day, and by the time my HCG levels get to 0, next Wednesday would be 8 weeks. So I found out just a little before 5 weeks, and I lost the baby by 7 weeks. So that's been hard. I'm doing okay. I'm doing a lot better than I was last week, obviously. I don't care at what point you lose a pregnancy. Pregnancy loss is pregnancy loss, and it sucks really bad. And a woman becomes pregnant, like you become a mom. And it sucks, and I'm such a strong person that like it's okay. I've been okay. I get in like one wave a day where I get like really sad about it, but if I can be a support system to anybody out there to show you that like what you are going through, it sucks and it's hard, then I will absolutely be that person for you, because I know how badly I needed it. I still need it, and I can't find like anybody my age that is going through the exact same thing I'm going through. There are a lot of similar stories because there are so many different types of like pregnancy loss, but like ectopic's very scary. And I'm thankful that it wasn't worse than what it was, and I wasn't, you know, at the point where I was in the ER bleeding out with a ruptured tube, but it still sucks. But I'm very hopeful for our future of being able to conceive a healthy pregnancy and to conceive our rainbow baby. And that is what I want to use this outlet for, is to bring you guys along the journey, because it's most definitely not going to be an easy one. And it's just something that's not talked about often. And I know there are other couples that are going through exactly what we're going through and don't feel like they have the support system or feel like they can talk about it openly. But ever since I started my health and fitness account at the beginning of the year and dedicated myself to being a coach to show it for other people, to show them what's possible on their health and fitness journey, like I have been so damn consistent, so damn consistent. I live on social media. That is my job. That is what I show up for. And so to literally have to step back and take a break from that just so I could deal with what I was going through, because I hadn't shared openly at all about us even trying to conceive. Like, I just can't do that going forward. And I want to be as open and as honest as I possibly can about what we're going through and sharing our journey, because talking about it does help, and it makes you feel like you're not so damn alone in this. So I'm sorry if this video was all over the place. I just wanted to get our story out there so that way I can move forward. My plan is to put out one video a week on Thursday evening, just sharing everything from health and fitness and how that correlates within my lifestyle, and especially our trying to conceive journey. And I am just super excited to be here for it, and I'm so excited that you guys are gonna be following along with us, and I couldn't be more thankful. That's what I have for you guys today. Thanks for taking some time to watch this video. I love you all. I could not be more thankful for all of the support that we've received from our family, our friends, my internet friends. You guys are the absolute best, and I'm just so excited to be able to move forward and to get our rainbow baby. Bye, friends.